with bloody and loose. Weird. What rhymes with weird? You can do a slant rhyme too.
Nathan? Feared?
Feared.
Adam?
I lost it.
Okay, so why don't we use feared? How would we use feared here?
Yep. No, feared, not feared. At least I don't have a beard. Well, loose teeth, I don't know about the age and beards, but,
The weird and feared, maybe you could say, I'm a tooth. I'm a wiggly tooth. I shouldn't be feared. Something like that, that would work. Tooth. You called me ugly? You called me weird? How dare you offend me with bloody and loose? I'm a wiggly tooth. I shouldn't be feared. So, now what does the narrator say?
narrator, come back. Yeah. Oh, please just come out.
Oh, please be quiet. Just come out. Oh, wait. What's that feeling? There's something not there. What's that thing in my mouth? It's hard and it's... So have any of you... Actually, I remember one time I was eating a plate of spaghetti and it was with tomato sauce. And right as I was chewing on the spaghetti, my tooth came out into the spaghetti. I know, really, really nice sounding, right? And all the tomato sauce and of course you have a lot of blood coming from your gum or your wiggly tooth coming out. So this, if you just imagine a tooth in chewed up spaghetti and tomato sauce and being at a friend's house, not a fun situation. It was really memorable though. So we could, if we wanted to have this person's wiggly tooth come out when they're doing something like eating or maybe when they're running or just a time when it's really bad. So maybe they're actually not happy about it. Or we could just continue on. Oh wait, what's that feeling? There's something not there. What's that thing in my mouth? It's hard and it's... What is another word that would describe a wiggly tooth when it comes out? That's it, one word.
Caitlin? Hard and it's not there. One more.
It's hard and it's
Not there.
So we already used not there. There's something not there. What's that thing in my mouth? It's hard and it's... So we want something, a word that will just fit here.
What? Well, so you were looking to rhyme with there?
Oh, let's see. Actually, let me run up here. Oh yeah, it would be, if you can. If not, that's fine too.
Hannah? Small?
Okay, nope, yeah.
There? Or there?
there. There.
Actually, that's sort of gross that you would sort of be tasting your own wiggly tooth. I don't know. Maybe you've done that. It's my wiggly tooth. It's finally out. All right, so let's read over what we have. I have a wiggly tooth today. It's ugly and it's weird, I have to say. It wiggles and jiggles inside my mouth in a most unpleasant way. It is very bloody, enough to make you scream. Well, not really, but it's very loose and painful. I had a dream that this tooth was finally out, but then I woke up and it's still in my mouth. Tooth, you called me ugly, you called me weird. How dare you offend me with bloody and loose? I'm a wiggly tooth, I shouldn't be feared. Oh, please be quiet and just come out. Oh, wait, what's that feeling? There's something not there. What's that thing in my mouth? It's hard and it's small, it tastes very strange. It's my wiggly tooth. It's finally out.
Good job.
Great, I'm applauding you guys. You did, or came up with the words, describe your wiggly teeth. I haven't had wiggly teeth in a little bit. I've had them, trying to think. I don't know when you get like your absolute last one, but this is a good poem that really kind of describes that experience. Now I'm guessing that none of your wiggly teeth have ever talked to you. Is that right? Yeah, probably not. If you're carrying conversations on with your wiggly teeth, you may want to tell someone. But this poem allows us to do something that we wouldn't be able to do in real life. And that's the really cool thing about poems, is that with poems and with stories, we can talk about talking wiggly teeth who get offended. We can bring history to life. We can tell stories. We can share emotions. There's so much that you can do with a simple poem. Now obviously this poem isn't perfect either. There are some things that as you look back you could definitely see could be improved. Some of how it sounds. A poem is different from a story in that it's very important how it's read out loud. So you might want to make sure that it sounds good, that the syllables are lined up and things like that. But overall I think we did a really good job. So now I have time for a little bit of Q&A and I look forward to your questions.
Okay, in the back, guys.
What time do you start school, like after the video?
What time do I start school? I take 2 classes at my local school and then I do the rest online. So I'm able to start school a little later. The ones that I go to in person around like 9 a.m. I leave.
Next. No, Tom.
What gives you idea to write poems? Why do you write poems? Why didn't you just like write a story?
Why write poems instead of just writing a story? That's a great question. You might look at this and be like, well, why couldn't I have just written a story about a wiggly tooth? Well, here's what would have happened if, let's say for this one, if I decided, all right, I'm going to write a story. It would go, I have a wiggly tooth today. It's ugly and weird. And you might take out some of these words because you wouldn't want them to rhyme. So you would say, I have a wiggly tooth. It's ugly and weird. It wiggles and jiggles inside my mouth. It's unpleasant and bloody, and it would probably make a normal person scream. Well, not really, but it's really loose and painful. And it's not coming out, and I'm really sick of it being in there. Now to me, that's not quite as interesting as what we have with this poem. So the reason that you write poems could be to make something more interesting, to make something more humorous. It's a lot easier to be humorous sometimes when you're rhyming. That's what I found anyway. So you could write a story about a wiggly tooth as well, and I'm sure it would be very good. But poems give you that, you can just experiment with rhyming and with sound. So it's like giving you a whole nother layer to work with.
Gigi?
When did I first start writing poems? I started writing poems when I was about 8, and my mom made that deal with me to buy the unlimited poetry books. And I didn't stop.
Caitlin?
Why do you choose write poetry instead of like
Well, she kind of just says that. Alexa?
What's your favorite book you wrote?
My favorite book I've written? Well, I have, it's really difficult to decide between Flying Fingers and Dancing Fingers because one's poetry and one's short stories. So I would say, my favorite story that I've written, I have a few favorite stories and a few favorite poems specifically. My favorite poem that I've written, how about that? That's easier to decide. My favorite poem that I've written is one called Where Books Can Take You. So, hope that answers.
Katie?
How do you feel about
How do you feel when you talk to adults?
How do I feel when I talk to adults? Pretty normal. It's really not that hard to talk to adults, I think. I've gone to a lot of conferences where it's actually all adults in the audience and given speeches and stuff, so definitely I know from experience that it's not that hard.
Last question, William?
What's your favorite book you've ever read?
What's my favorite book I've ever read? I have a lot of favorites. I love Chronicles of Narnia, Harry Potter, Redwall, The Book Thief, bunch of others. That's a very little sample. I have probably a favorite book list that's this long.
Okay, one more, please, Ben. Last.
Is poetry your favorite kind of subjects and books?
Is my poetry my favorite kind of writing? Not necessarily. I really love writing short stories. I started out writing short stories and then my mom made the deal with me and that's how I started poetry. So I would say it's fairly evenly split between short stories, novels, and poetry. I'm not going to pick favorites.
Oh, okay, Dora, well, we are right on top of lunch, and I know it's 9 o'clock where you are now, right?
Yep.
And we are getting ready for lunch, and let's thank you, and I will see you tomorrow again. Thank you very much.
Thank you. Now, remember that if there's one thing you take away, it's that you're a poet. You don't need anyone to tell you that you're a poet or a book that you published. Just remember, I am a poet. So, hope you have a great lunch, guys. Thanks.
Thank you, Dora. Bye-bye.
Bye.